today we are gonna flip our chips and drop my bottom bracket on my Stumpjumper EVO.
This video we're switching the flip chip from the high to the low setting, which drops the bottom bracket. In our next video we're going to slacken the head tube angle. Together this drops the bottom bracket 9mm and decreases the head tube angle from 64.5 degrees to 63 degrees. Before we get into changing the flip chip around, let's spend a few seconds going over the basic terms we'll cover in this video. The bottom bracket height is the height of the centre of the crank spindle above the ground. The chainstay length is the distance from the rear axle to the centre of the bottom bracket. The shorter the chainstays, the more lively and poppy the bike will feel. The wheelbase is the length between the front and rear axles. Generally a longer wheelbase will be more stable, but it may be less playful and more difficult in tight trails and turns. The head tube angle is the angle between the ground and the steering axis. A lower or slacker angle will make the bike feel more stable and less prone to throwing the rider over the bars on steep descents, but may make the bike steering feel slower. The Stumpjumper EVO has highly adjustable geometry. In addition to the flip chip, the head tube angle is adjustable. The head tube angle can be slackened or steepened by a degree, which along with the high and low bottom bracket settings gives 6 different outcomes. The Specialized website has a page that allows you to play with the settings to see how they affect the bike's geometry. We have reproduced here what moving from a stock middle high setting to a slack low setting does for the S2. We have posted a link to this page in this video's description. So now let's take a look at the flip chip on the EVO. The hole in the flip chip is off center. Rotating the chip from high to low lowers the bottom bracket by 7mm and lengthens the chainstay and overall wheelbase by 5mm. The head tube angle is also made a little slacker. These measurements are for the S2 size in the slack head tube setting. Making this switch has the effect of lowering the center of gravity, a more stable downhill focused ride.
First thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the rear wheel. So, can you pull that up? Thank you. That's great. And what you're going to do, loosen it. So you're going to go lefty loosey. Yeah. I would use 2 hands. Push that.
This clip shows me removing the flip chip for the first time. You can hear the cracks as I turn the wrench and break free the thread lock compound that was applied to the bolt. Now let's get back to the main clip.
Why don't you come over here and do this one?
The same thing.
Same thing. What you can see here, Dex, see that hole? That's where the bolt went through. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the exact same.
Okay, yeah, but what we can do now is look, I can move this independent from this, yeah? Which means that we can put the flip chip back in and it will have changed the back end geometry, right? So should we do that?
The Specialized user manual doesn't actually specify using thread lock on the bolt. We can see that there is some original compound on here, and it was definitely tight when we took it off initially. So we'll clean it up a little bit and put on a little thread lock.
So here we go. So we're going to do this to line up with this little picture here. So the bolt is going to go onto the left side of the flip chip. We're just going to line it up. That side. This can only go in one side, one way the other side. So if you want to put the wrench in there, nice tight. Okay, that's good for now. That's great. Let's do the other side, same deal. And that's nice, right. Yeah, we have the torque wrench set to 10 Newton meters. There you go, it clicked. Perfect. Okay, let's just go do this one.
Same thing.
Yeah, push it down. There you go, all done. Nice job, mate.
And we're done.
And we're done. Give us a high five.
Mili hasn't spent a lot of time on the bike to evaluate any change. It likely takes a much more experienced rider to really tell the difference. For now we're going to leave the flip chip in its low setting, as Mili is more interested in bike parks than riding cross country. If that changes in the future, it's a very easy exercise to flip it back. Remember to give us a thumbs up and please consider subscribing.
Thank you for watching Dizi Does Downhill. Make sure to subscribe, put some comments down below, and like it.